Hola, en esta lección vamos a hablar del pretérito y el imperfecto. In this video, we'll attempt to address the difficulties presented in the preterite and the imperfect and help with common confusion between the two. Before watching, you might review the different videos on the preterite and the imperfect so you can recognize which is which. First, here are some sentences that have either the preterite or the imperfect. See if you can figure out which is which and some reasons why we might use one instead of another. And feel free to pause the video and consult the word bank while you're figuring out what is being talked about. Había un muchacho. El muchacho era inteligente y tímido. Tenía pelo castaño y ojos azules. Se llamaba Nicolás. Nicolás tenía 9 años. A Nicolás no le gustaba la escuela. No le gustaba porque la maestra era muy estricta en la clase. Un día, Nicolás tenía mucha sed y bebió mucha agua de la fuente. Luego, tenía que usar el baño. Le pidió permiso a la maestra estricta para ir al baño. La maestra le dijo que no. El niño insistió porque era una emergencia. La maestra le gritó que no. Nicolás se asustó e hizo del baño en sus pantalones. Todos los niños se rieron de Nicolás. Nicolás se puso triste. Okay, let's take a look. Hopefully you can understand or figure out most of what is said. Había un muchacho. There was a boy. El muchacho era inteligente y tímido. He was intelligent and shy. Tenía pelo castaño y ojos azules. He had brown hair and blue eyes. Se llamaba Nicolás. His name was Nicholas. Literally, he called himself Nicholas. Nicolás tenía 9 años. Nicholas was 9 years old. Literally, he had 9 years. A Nicolás no le gustaba la escuela. Nicholas didn't like school. Literally, school was not pleasing to Nicholas. Le means to him. No le gustaba porque la maestra era muy estricta en la clase. He didn't like it, or it wasn't pleasing to him, because the teacher was very strict in class. Did you notice preterite or imperfect in the first paragraph? It's all imperfect. Interesting. Why is that? Well, notice that we're telling background information to the story. Can you remember background information in a story is imperfect? Un día, Nicolás tenía mucha sed y bebió mucha agua de la fuente. One day, Nicholas was really thirsty. Literally, he had a lot of thirst. And he drank a lot of water from the fountain. Luego, tenía que usar el baño. Later, he had to use the bathroom. Le pidió permiso a la maestra estricta para ir al baño. He asked permission from the strict teacher to go to the bathroom. La maestra le dijo que no. His teacher said no. El niño insistió porque era una emergencia. The boy insisted that it was an emergency. La maestra le gritó que no. The teacher yelled no at him. Nicolás se asustó e hizo del baño en sus pantalones. Nicholas got scared and he went to the bathroom in his pants. Todos los niños se rieron de Nicolás. All of the children laughed at Nicholas. Nicolás se puso triste. Nicholas got sad. Did you notice in the second paragraph if we use preterite or imperfect? Oh, well, we mostly use preterite. We only used a few imperfect. Let's figure out why that is. For things that happened once, twice, and are over with, like he drank, he asked, she said, he insisted, he peed his pants, they laughed, we use the preterite. Notice in a few cases I used the imperfect. Nicolás tenía sed. In this case, I'm describing something that doesn't necessarily have a beginning or an end. He was thirsty. So, imperfect. Tenía que usar el baño. He had to use the bathroom. But his having to didn't go away. He continued to have to go to the bathroom. So it's not narrating an action as much as adding a description. Thus, imperfect. Let's try another one. This time I'll give you two choices for the verb and see how you do. Pause the video if you need more time and check the word bank if you aren't sure what something means. Okay, now let's go over it and see how you did. Había una muchacha. There was a girl. First description in our story explaining what is going on for the story to happen. La muchacha se llamaba Gloria. She called herself Gloria. Another description. She didn't just call herself Gloria once or twice. This is a continuous thing, thus imperfect. Gloria tenía un problema. Gloria had a problem. In this case, we're going to explain to you the problem, so she continued to have it, thus imperfect. Estaba atrapada en un ascensor. Gloria was trapped in an elevator. She was trapped and trapped and trapped and trapped during the story. Description, imperfect. Estaba muy nerviosa. She was very nervous. She continued to be nervous while she was in the elevator. Padecía de claustrofobia. She suffered from claustrophobia, fear of enclosed spaces, and her suffering was a description of her as a person, thus continuous, imperfect. So once again, we can see that all the information in the first paragraph was explaining to us what was going on for the action in the story to happen, thus imperfect. Pero Gloria se acordó que tenía su teléfono celular. Gloria remembered that she had her cell phone. Her having the cell phone continues in the story, thus imperfect, while her remembering happened quickly and was over with. Sacó su teléfono. She took out her phone. Done. Preterite. Marcó 911 en el teléfono. She dialed 911 in the phone. Her dialing happened. Finished. Preterite. Habló con una persona amable y le dijo que estaba atrapada en un ascensor. In the first part of this sentence, she talked with a nice person and said, both are actions that happened and are done with. Preterite. But when she told him that she was trapped, she was explaining her being trapped as a continuous description of herself, thus imperfect. La persona le dijo que los bomberos iban a llegar a ayudarla. The person told her that the firefighters were going to arrive to help her. The person told her happened. Now, something interesting. When we say was going to or were going to as a future kind of action in Spanish, we use the imperfect. So they were going to arrive, iban a llegar, because they didn't just arrive, they were continuously going to arrive. Los bomberos llegaron y rescataron a Gloria. The firefighters arrived and rescued Gloria. Straight, simple, to the point. Preterite. Se sintió aliviada. She felt relieved. Preterite because she felt relieved and it was over with. That's it. Preterite. If we were saying se sentía aliviada, there would be more things to describe as well, and she would continue being relieved in the rest of the story. As a recap, when we're describing actions that happened and are over with, we use preterite. When we're describing a larger part of a story or things that were continuously going on, we use the imperfect. Please keep in mind this is a simplified explanation. That's all that I have for this lesson. Make sure to watch the next lesson where I break things down a little more into the rules for those of you who like rules. Hope this video was helpful. Please leave any questions, comments, or suggestions about this video below. Gracias y adiós.